Hello everyone, I'm the Lore Keeper, and today we're going to be taking a look at a basic how-to for my little blacksmith shop. This is going to be a bit different than the normal tutorials because I'm actually in-game when I'm saying this. Normally I've already set something up, but I'm in-game. So hopefully I won't trip over my words. Though let's face it, that's going to happen anyway. So, if you might notice, there is a tutorial in the game, but it's a bit confusing sometimes, so I'm going to try and make it a bit simpler to understand. The first thing it goes into is the portals, but it doesn't actually say what the portals do. It just says how to activate them, really. I'm not quite sure. It's been a while since I did the tutorial. But, pretty much, the portals, once activated, act as pretty much, what's the word? Warp? No. Quick travel? I think it's quick travel points. Because you can activate them, and then once you step on them, you can teleport back to here, and, then you're back at your shop. There's an entire world in here, actually. Yeah, if you don't like to be blinded, I would not suggest going in here. But yeah, that's the basic portal. Right over there's the portal to the castle that I activated. Don't know what the NPCs are here for yet. But yeah, they're pretty much just quick travel spots. So once they're activated, you can just travel around easily. Along with that, there's the tools, which you pick up by tapping the E key if you're on keyboard. And then, you can swap them for different tools and pick them up. You're going to need an axe to chop trees down and a pickaxe to mine ores. But, yeah, with the, wow. This is why I don't usually do tutorials like this. With the logs, you can bring them over here, cut them into planks, and then make shields, handles, and got a little wooden handle. With the ores, you pretty much just use the smelter here for it. You can also hit the logs with your axe again to make firewood, which works as fuel if you don't have coal. Which my coal refuses to stay in the box, I swear. There's always one piece out. But let's start with a slight mining trip. Darn it, every time. Usually it's a good idea to bring a box with you, so you don't have to go back and forth with one piece at a time. You could also use the horse if you lock the cargo, which I can't because there's nothing in there. One sec. If you lock the cargo, then it won't move, and it'll stay in there, and you can bring multiple boxes. And, oh god, yeah, this is why I don't use the horse. I forgot how to get off. But yeah, I usually don't like using the horse, because it's a pain to drive. I used to, but I got tired of getting stuck on rocks. Right, so down in the mine, it's, very dark. So you'll want a lantern or the miner hat if you've gone to the castle. Then you just hit it with left click, get an ore. In my experience, sometimes the ore is really buggy and it doesn't come out no matter how many times you hit it. So if it doesn't come out after a bit, it's best to just leave it there because it's not going to come out. Yeah, like this. Oi. Right, so, with the ores, you're going to want a pickaxe made of a metal either the same strength as it or stronger, because otherwise you won't be able to get it out. The zinc's being really dumb right today. Okay, finally. Yeah, certain ores used for making alloys, like I think zinc goes with either copper or iron to make either brass or steel. My memory's not great. But, yeah, for the iron, it's like an iron pickaxe only, I think. Zinc can be mined with brass or bronze, though, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, you'll just be starting out with copper and tin. Like, there's no tin in the mines, but it can be found along the cliffside near the town. But you're gonna need a tin pickaxe, so you'll have to, like, get some money set up from selling copper ores and stuff. Alright, right here you'll find a carbon and coal vein, though. It's right across from the zinc over there. The coal, you mine it, you use it to power the smelter. That's pretty much its only purpose. Carbon is another alloy. I think this one might be the one for steel, though I'm not sure. But yeah, all along that cliff over there is tin and copper ores. It goes decently far. There's at least 2 tin deposits that I know of over there. Yep, once you get the ore back, you just bring it over here, and I got coal. Sorry. There's a lot of coal to put in the box. And then you just shove it in there, and then it'll come up here is the resources dropped in, and you can click what you want to make, and then you'll have to heat it in order to make the ingots. Give me a moment while I get all this set up. Right, okay, everything's in. So as you can see, we can make either iron or steel. We're gonna go with steel right now. Click it multiple times to get the number of ingots you want. And, sorry, once it starts heating up, it'll have that little percentage. And then once it's done, you can smelt it. And it'll pop out right here. And you can put more fuel in. Dragging things around is the right mouse button, by the way. I just realized I didn't remember to mention that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think it's carbon and iron that makes steel. Yeah, and we can smelt, and we get little ingots. Boop! Heated steel ingot. You don't have to toss it in there. It's just a habit because it's weird to look at a wooden shelf and see a white hot ingot sitting there without anything on fire. I just do it because it bothers me. But yeah, that's pretty much how the smelting and mining works. You could store your ores in boxes and it would look like a lot better and more organized. Or if you're like me, you can just throw them all in there until you need them. My blacksmith shop is a very strange combination of organized and unorganized. As you can see above the tool bar in the... Well, tool bar is the best I can describe it as. I'm bad at words. At the bottom right, you can see a little bar that says fatigue. If that reaches 0, then it gets really hard to do anything. So once it starts getting low, it's probably best to go to bed in here and sleep. And now the bar's gone. Don't mind the glowing pot. I got this, and I don't know what to do with it. Well, that's a lie. I know what to do with it, I just don't have the rest of what I need. Right. Moving on. What the fuck? Okay. We have the adventurer here, who we can send off to do quests and bring us back loot. You have to equip her with weapons or shields in order for her to be high enough level to go into the certain dungeons. Because it's like Dungeon 1's gear quality 40, while Dungeon 2's gear quality 100. But we're going to be going through the forging basics by making her new gear, because that's bronze and more bronze. So she could use some better gear now that I'm doing steel and iron. Right across from the shop, though, is the parts shop. So whenever you come here and want parts, you can just pick them over, bring them there, and then buy them. Mine's a bit glitched, though, because it won't let me buy grips. So I have to buy something else along with them. So, just gonna do a little shopping here. Right, so it's time to make her some new gear. I think first we're going to take her current gear, which you grab by just taking the handle and dragging it around like you do everything else. Going to disassemble it by clicking it with the hammer. I want to still use the guard I used for her. I'm gonna put the bronze there. So I've got plenty of steel, so I think we're gonna make it out of steel. So we're going to need 2 ingots, and click that to heat the forge up. Once the ingots start sparking, and you know it says heated, and you know they're ready, click them, drag them over to there, and then you click the Z key and just choose which blade you want to use. I think we're going to do embossed. And then you just exit out of it and smack it with the left click. And we have an embossed blade. Cool it off, and if you want, you can set it down here and use the wheel to sharpen it. Sharpening is a pretty simple thing. You just like hold it there. As long as it doesn't go into the red, you're good. You can get the quality up to 10. If the integrity hits 0, then it won't sharpen anymore. But it's pretty easy to keep it out of the red, so that's usually not a problem. And I went into the red. Yes, it's not a problem. Proceeds to go into red. Right, and then you hold E on it until the circle point comes up. Then you hit E once it shows up. And we have a legendary steel sword. Which is now a lot better. Oh yeah. So, let's move on to the shield. Take it the same way you do with the sword. This was a pine bronze heater shield. My keys are acting weird. So, take it over here. It's not coming out. Right, I might be stuck with this shield. I might have to make a new one. That's okay. I don't know where to put this. Yeah, just throw it there for now. So we're gonna have to make a new shield. So we bring a log over. Click on the planks. Click that, and we got planks. So let's do the round shield. That needs 2 planks. Click it, and round shield. Got a pine round shield. We're gonna set it there. Let's keep using steel. Might as well. Bring some more steel onto there to heat up. I'm gonna bring an extra one over just in case. Right, along with the mining, there's also the delivery orders where you can buy ingots, scripts, and guards. But the mining's, free. That way you can get more money to get all this stuff. So I generally prefer to mine my materials. Right. So then you click shields, click round, and the round requires 2 ingots to make this rim. And you pretty much attach it the same way you attach anything else. You can fit up to 3 ingots on here, but different things will require different ingots, so after that you need 3 more ingots to make the other pieces. So we have the shield boss that just fell off. Attach it like you do the other pieces. And put those on, heat it up. You don't use the wheel on anything for the shield. The only thing you can't use the wheel on are hammers and shield parts, I think. Then we make the N-arms. I apologize if I am butchering the pronunciation on anything. Wait, I saw it for a sec. Okay, there it is. And then we attach it, and we have a finished shield. Let me just take it over, and nice. So now you just click what dungeon you want. I prefer to keep with dungeon 1. I don't know a difference between the two aside from the gear quality. But let's go dungeon 2 for once and click yes. And they'll head off. They'll eventually come back with a box. Sometimes they won't come back with anything, but in the box you'll have loot and stuff to use for making things. That's how I got this adamantine ingot. Oh wow, that used a lot more steel than I thought it would. Might be an issue. Oh dear. Don't plan things. But yeah, that's pretty much how the forging goes. Different grips will fit different kinds of things. Like this section here is all one-handed grips, while this is all two-hand grips. Some particular blades will require a guard to be added, but some require no guard. So, oh, also there's a lamp up here for if you need a light going into the mines. Personally, I prefer the miner's hat. There's also the polearm grips. Those don't require guards, I don't think. Hardly anyone requests a polearm when they come in. So I just have these sitting around. But that's pretty much it. You can see the people you've sold to here. It's supposed to clear after every day, but mine's glitched, so it doesn't. In order to move on to the next ore weapons and stuff, you have to make a hammer of that material. Otherwise, people will just keep requesting metal, like copper and stuff that you had before you moved on. Along with that is the money system, which starts off with copper, goes to silver, and then gold. I don't know if there's anything after gold yet, but I might leave it in the description if I do find out something over it. It takes 1,000 copper to get 1 silver and 1,000 silver to get 1 gold. And there's a butterfly flying through my walls. Yep, that's normal. But yeah, let's do a snooze, and then we'll go on to the next day. Right. So we've got our first customer coming in. They're the right bright blue one over there with the afro. So they should come into the shop, and we'll be able to see what they want. Alright, they want a brass one-hand axe. You can sharpen it if you want or not. I generally don't. And then... got an axe. And you can see what you got for it. We got 1 silver, 930 copper for it. And it just gets added to the collection. Along with waiting for the orders, you can also just make a bunch of tools and stick them in the shelves and people will buy them. Which is probably a good idea, but I kind of like just waiting. And then there's also repairs. So you click yes, throw this on, disassemble it, have the plate go flying, apparently. And then just heat it up like you do ingots. Wait for it to be heated. Once it's done, you bring it over, smack it, it's repaired. Toss it in there. Reassemble it, and it's repaired. I like the repairs a lot because it's pretty much free money, really. Oh, that was a steel polearm. Nice. Alright, another thing to note is as you go on, you'll get experience, which if you press the P key... Okay, I don't think I'll be able to go into this because my menu is invisible. But yeah, that's pretty much the basics of the game, I think. Just like making like little things, doing some blacksmithing. I don't actually know if the game's still being updated. Like, I got in a bit late. It took me a while to actually get the game. But regardless of if it's being updated or not, it's still a fun game. Darn it, I misclicked again. So, yeah. Like, if you like blacksmithing, I definitely suggest it. Because it is really fun and kind of relaxing. But yeah, that's my little blacksmith shop. I hope you found this helpful. If not, you can call me moron in the comments. I don't mind. I know I'm an idiot. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed. I'm the Lore Keeper. And I'll see you in the next video.